Anime and manga, two mediums that are an integral part of not only my life, but so many others. I was introduced to this world at a very young age. Back when you got made fun of for watching it, back when it could make or break any social status you had in school, you COVID fans know nothing about that. We ran so all of y'all could walk. Funny enough, you would think nowadays because of how mainstream anime is, I'd be proud to say I'm a fan. But then that means I'm aligning with the endless bullshit I hear about online. Let's just get this over with. In just one short week, the community has been causing quite the stir on social media, it looks like. Then again, when are they not? As long as Twitter exists, niggas stay unemployed with opposable thumbs, the brain dead opinions and rage bait will only continue. But this past year especially has been a huge influx of controversy. So many to choose from, but let's just focus on these two. Let's get the biggest out of the way. I call this segment Hypocrisy Hour, and it goes a little something like this. As usual, Viz has announced new series they've acquired for physical English volumes. This is the time of year manga fans look forward to most, as they finally get to buy series they have been anticipating and have in their ready hands. This round, however, has ruffled a lot of feathers. A lot. Too many. Like if this was a field, I'd see no part of the ground due to the amount of feathers ruffled. Out of all the series Viz announced, the most controversial has been Half is More, a newer low-key series created by Fujimi Yoiko, centering around two half-black siblings and their daily lives of racial discrimination in Japan. A very relatable, touching, and human manga if I do say so myself. Apparently, I'm one of few, because as soon as the announcement was made, a stench began to permeate. A recognizable but foul odor circling around the tweet. You guessed it, the grifters. You know, the people who like to hide behind either faceless avies, their own unsuccessful VTuber models, or some outdated fried anime meme, Japan quote-unquote protectors, people who pretend to be Japanese when they're not, those people. They have been day in and day out having what I call a Kazuma. That's a heart attack for the normal everyday people. Bashing the series, calling it the usual woke garbage because they don't know any other ones outside of political buzzwords. I called this segment Hypocrisy Hour, and rightfully so, because that's exactly what it is. Remember when these same people attacked a 16-year-old graphic artist for a harmless Don Don fan art last year? Even some prominent faces joined in on the bashing, who I'll get to later, calling her all types of slurs, saying, "Black people don't belong in the anime space. Why can't black people make something original for once?" Fast forward to now, we have an actual black mangaka with an original story, with original characters, and somehow that's still wrong woke garbage? Make it make sense, guys. And I don't want to hear the excuse of anime and manga is supposed to be an escape from reality, because that's not true. Grave of the Fireflies, one of the most acclaimed films ever, is about the real Pacific War. Many anime reference real figures from real Japanese history, but let a nigga get involved, now it's suddenly bad woke propaganda. This debacle, among others, is essentially, tell me you're racist without telling me you're racist. I'm not gonna show any other edits some of these grifters made, not only because that's just what they want, but it's the same old shtick every time something like this happens. These are the same people crying about an accurately represented black person, but probably like Mr. Popo from Dragon Ball. All of that to say, how's about we retire the word woke because it's clearly lost meaning years ago. Also, I'll be reading this just to spite. And also because I'm genuinely interested. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. This next segment is called Excuse the Light. For a couple of years, many people have been waiting for the highly anticipated One Punch Man Season 3. However, due to radio silence from the production team, we never really got any updates until the last few months leading to release, and that alone raised red flags within the fandom. Fast forward to now, and the reception has been overwhelmingly negative, with many criticizing the quality of the season so far. Mind you, we're only 2 episodes in, but I digress. One of the biggest names front-running this train, Leechless sorry. Nicholas Light. Now, if you don't know who he is, Good for you, you're touching grass, keep it up. Despite his misleading amount of videos, 4+ years ago he was once a reactor of primarily K-pop music, those which he conveniently deleted because even he doesn't want you to see those vids, they're embarrassing. You ain't slick, bro, just know that. But his K-pop content wasn't paying the bills, so what does Leechalist then decide to do? Take his little old rowboat of a channel across the sea to Japan and begins reacting to anime in 2022. The same content he himself thought was lame and nerdy years ago? Yeah, he likes it now. It has become the exact thing he used to criticize. Now, would he like it if it wasn't profitable is the real question. Excuse the light, it likes to be the center of attention. I'm sorry. I'll be honest for a few seconds. I was subscribed to him at one point, and I enjoyed his first few opening reactions, back when it was more genuine, you know? But at that time I realized, I'm 26, I can't be watching this. Alright, few seconds over. To be serious, his stance on certain controversies and topics made me unsubscribe last year, notably the Don Don controversy with the fan art, and he's also one of those chibi reviews people who adopted the mindset of simping over underage characters because it's just a drawing. The Nick is just a drawing. And you're just a pedophile. Great, glad we got that covered. But yeah, just the usual subscribe, unsubscribe, a phase to put a name on it. Yep, I've been clean from all Nicholas-like content for a year now. That has to be a feat in and of itself. YouTube, where's my plaque? This current One Punch Man drama is the cherry on top though. He has been one of many sending hate to the director of the anime, Shinpei Nagai, and his Twitter page regarding this past episode. Mind you, Nagai has been nervous and stressed since Season 3's production cycle, regularly tweeting about how it was going and how he wasn't confident at all in his directorial position, but made the best out of the situation. But does anyone know or care about that part? Probably not. Y'all won't be satisfied till Nagai start looking like AOT's director. We'll never know now because after all the hate he received, he made a final announcement on Twitter that he would officially be deleting his account for good. Great job, guys. You got exactly what you wanted. Now what? This isn't gonna magically change the rest of the season's quality, it's already done. Have we already forgotten about JJK Season 2 and how much of a mess that was? The team still working on episodes hours until airing? How these same people, including Nicholas, had all the sympathy in the world for the animators and crying out for better working conditions. Now, because it's the director, he doesn't get the same love and support? Sounds a bit hypocritical, don't you think? Excuse the light, I know it's irritating, I'm sorry. We literally got unfinished cuts in aired episodes of the Shibuya incident due to time crunch. Sukuna vs. Maharaga was only halfway finished when it first aired, prompting an extended cut for the Blu-ray. And even that wasn't the completed product. The director of Attack on Titan has deep purple bags under his eyes from lack of sleep to make deadlines. And y'all are up in arms over minor shit like Garo sliding down a hill? Are we serious right now? At the time of writing this script, Nick has put his Twitter on private to work with some big brain, grand scheme hit piece of a video, most likely revealing shit we already know. Like, yeah, we know the production committees are to blame. The sky is blue, water is wet, nigga, we got it. And just to update, he has posted an apology, not apology, basically doubling down on his opinions, but whatever. And I actually want to read his tweet right now and basically let you know his true words on how he feels about this topic. Just give me 1 second. Let me pull this up in my messages because, of course, I had this saved. And I'm going to try my best to sound as Nicholas-light as possible. I'm currently being crucified by the One Punch Man fans on Twitter and Reddit. This is all to distract you from what's really going on with One Punch Man Season 3. It's about to become one big pity party orchestrated by Bandai Namco to point me as the villain and for everyone to blame me for the director deleting his account. This is what happens when you take a stance against them, when you criticize. They're businessmen. This is all a game to them and we're the NPCs. People will twist my words, blame my community, and point all the guns at me. I called him a hentai director because he is one. That's the point. They gave him the project knowing how people will respond and used him to take the blame off of them. They're using him as a scapegoat. I will make a video about this on Saturday. I have a lot of information that most people don't know about. We are allowed to discuss and critique art. To take away the criticism is to take away our minds and passion. The director deleting his account will make all of these gaslighting fans director aim at me because they know what's going on. But they need someone to blame and I'm the easy target. They'll even go as far as to email Bandai Namco to copyright strike me, Lamau. You are all the enemy. You're the reason the director is suffering. You're enabling the committee's behavior. My channel is going nowhere. I will continue to make videos on One Punch Man every Sunday, and I'll continue to call out the businessmen and all of you people / channels working with them.
Oh, brother! brother, this guy stinks!
So to basically summarize that word salad of a response, he's basically saying, I will continue to leech off of One Punch Man and you can't do anything about it. I'm not going anywhere. And so just because he's a hentai director, that makes him any less qualified than any other regular director. Like you do realize hentai is still anime, right? Like you can't be that stupid. It's not like hentai is animated completely in like a Western 2D style. It's still anime. And the fact that you emphasize because he is one, like it's like it gives off a derogatory undertone, and I'm sure you probably meant that because you capitalized it. And also, yeah, you are allowed to critique art, but most of the things you were saying, it wasn't really critiques. You were just outright bashing the studio. That's not critiques. Critiques are supposed to be constructive, not whatever it is you did. So yeah. And the fact you managed to take this controversy and somehow make it about yourself is main character syndrome I hope to Christ I never have. Excuse the light, is it too bright or in your face? I can dim it down if you want. You're talking like you're the DJ academics of anime with all the industry connects, insight, and knowledge of the current landscape, when in reality, you're just a COVID fan who leashed on the anime because you couldn't get shit popping in the K-pop scene, and popping that bussy on OF wasn't bringing money either. You know, a wise man once said this. It really irks me to see controversy after controversy after controversy over the dumbest shit. And notice how with both segments, the ones making these statements are, like I said, faceless accounts, Japan quote-unquote protectors, Westerners pretending to or secretly wanting to be Japanese, literally. And it's not like I'm actively searching for it, but people constantly screenshooting tweets and posting them. Then they complain about how they're tired of hearing these kind of people speak. You want to know how to prevent that? There's two ways actually. One, don't repost it. That's exactly what they want. You're inadvertently feeding into it. Nick, Chibi Reviews, who openly admitted to rage baiting, Nux Taku, others like them, they tweet and say things like that just to get a reaction out of people. They want to be seen as if their say holds weight in any matter. As hard as ignoring their trolling is, please just ignore it. You only add fuel to the fire otherwise. And two, it was recently announced that an executive of Twitter has brought up a discussion of discontinuing creator monetization on the website, as it has, quote, caused more harm than benefit the platform and its community. Something I hope they actually follow through on, because it'll give less incentive for all these rage baiters and grifters to tweet outlandish shit for free. All y'all gonna have to rely on your sorry ass content for a check again. No more easy money. Y'all need to be more grateful with what we even get at all. As an artist, someone with a degree in animation who also worked in retail, something these YouTubers haven't done in years because they're disconnected from real society, I not only know the daunting nature of the animation process, but resonate heavily with working under people who want to complicate your job. You want to give the highest quality output you can in order to please consumers, but because of higher powers and the risk of losing your job, you have to succumb to their way of running things, even if it's straight up crazy, makes no sense, and makes shit harder, which is why I didn't want to pursue animation professionally, because the entire industry is in shambles. Plus animators get treated and paid like dirt. That's why they've been protesting for the past few years. And all of these creators forget these are still people at the end of the day. AI isn't making these products. These are made by humans with human hands and limitations, whether it be anime or manga. It'd be even more outrage if it was AI. Then these same people will fuss about companies and studios taking jobs away from creators. But the second something doesn't meet their expectations, it's a problem. There's just no winning with you people. I got a solution. The same way you call out someone for complaining about a show you enjoy, do like Leechalist's Twitter bio. Just shut the fuck up and watch. That goes for you too, Nick. Anyways, that's the end. I wanted to get this out in a timely manner, so sorry if the editing's a little static. If Nick is gonna leech off this situation, I'll gladly leech off of Nick. Secondhand reparations. But anyway, what are your thoughts on this whole debacle? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you rock with the video, leave a like and subscribe. Till next time, deuces.
I don't need no one else.